Okay.
Okay.
And if you're a listener, you should click play for this in, and you wait, go back.
Oh, sorry.
Click play in three, two, one, now.
You
And
should see the Warner Brothers logo
yeah, great
fading
guys,
in.
great guys. They love this. They made this film for you.
Yeah. They really discovered it. That's a little industry joke about how Warner Brothers is now Warner Brothers Discovery. Anyway,
Is that true?
yeah.
Like, what did they do?
Media
Did they get
Media's crazy.
they got bought by what? Somebody called.
AT AT&T said fuck it and went bye-bye. And so Discovery, which AT&T owned both Warner Brothers, or both Time Warner and Discovery, and then Discovery bought out Time Warner from AT&T.
What what happened to
Yeah.
singular? Also, do
I,
we have captions on? Is there supposed to be captions at this part?
oh, they probably should be. Yeah.
All right, so we're listening to it totally silent, and the
Yeah,
captions
of
are
course.
so important.
The
Just
captions are the captions are on. So
all right. Well, they're just not saying anything. They just had the just we had the, oh yeah, there we go. Old Bilbo.
there, old Bilbo.
That's a byline if I've ever seen one. You asked me once. You know, I forget what funny thing we said last time when we started this. Um, but did the actor who played Old Bilbo die? Like, why didn't they just get him again and make him young with like Irishman tech?
Well, this would have been quite a bit before Irishman Tech. I'm trying to think of what in
Really?
in 2012 they were doing prosthetics to make Joseph Gordon-Levitt look like Bruce Willis in Looper. So that's where that technology was at.
But this was not 2012. What year was this?
I want to say it was 2012.
Oh man, they really took their time releasing these because I feel like the last one came out maybe last year.
The last one came out, I believe, in 2016. I could be completely wrong
Okay,
about
well,
this.
maybe it's just in my mind it kind of blends together with the really bad Harry Potter movies that nobody watches.
You know what? Okay, so it was 2012, 2013, 2014. They just back to back to back.
Really? 3 years in a
Yeah.
row they did this? Holy
3 years in
cow.
a row. Yeah. And so I also think 2012, Sherlock, Ironheart, you take any opportunity you can to get one of them boys. And they got both of them boys. So
Wait, which boys?
the two Sherlock boys.
Oh, is Benedict Cumberbatch in this movie? Yeah, he's a
He,
dragon.
he's Smaug, yeah.
That's right. That was like a big deal.
Yeah, it was they finally it was like the scene in Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, but it was with the Hobbit and the dragon. That were both detectives.
Um, you know what I in one regard here, they kind of succeeded because they made the dwarves like, you know, like weird and ugly or whatever in some of these. Again, we're talking about this is the bit where they're all hammering on this rock is insane. It doesn't get any it simply doesn't get any dumber than that. Um, but why did they like the fact that they just like made some of the dwarves tall and hot is like, well, I don't know, guys. I feel like he kind of made a misstep there. Like this guy,
Yeah,
he's got like a huge head and his nose is weird and he looks like a cartoon character. And there's another guy just like he could be in dwarf GQ.
right. The Worms having leading man face is really unnerving.
It shouldn't be. Also, was the so I don't remember the book that well. Was the Arkenstone in the book? Because it sounds like something made up by the Assassin's Creed dev team.
I read the book freshman year of high school, so I have not read it since.
Okay.
I remember that at some point, Gollum does a riddle. That's what I remember
Yeah,
about it.
there's that. Um,
And we probably don't get that until hour three of movie two. So
wait, Gollum? No, that's in Fellowship.
Gollum and the Hobbit.
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe.
I
You
think
might be
he
right.
finds the ring in the pile of gold. I mean, spoilers, obviously, but sorry, spoilers for The Hobbit.
Spoilers for The Hobbit, yeah.
I remember that the battle, which takes up the entirety of the third movie, which we will enjoy, is about
Yeah.
one page in the book, where they
The
just say
entire, yeah, the
it
entire
happens.
third movie is 5 pages of the book.
5 pages. Okay.
I remember leaving the movie theater, finding my dad's copy of The Hobbit, finding the first scene in the movie, and finding the last scene in the movie, and it being a difference of 5 pages.
So what exactly is going on in? Oh,
Dragon.
dragon. Right. Did they have like a defense planned? Is this just a hazard for dwarves in general? Like,
Yeah.
if you have gold, expect a dragon to show up.
Yeah. It's
Like I,
like, weather events, snowstorms, hurricanes. That's as weird to them as regular
yeah.
dragon
If
attacks.
a hurricane happened, to be fair, if a hurricane were to like pass over a dwarf kingdom, which is again like 99% underground, it would be disastrous. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Look
just
what it
said
did to the land of Oz. Fuck that shit up.
that was a tornado, not a hurricane.
Oh, whatever.
Also, I think the hurricane didn't do anything to Oz. I think it was mostly Kansas that got
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah, I guess it was just the one house in Oz.
No, they got a house. The house landed there.
Yeah, that's true. That's
It
a good point.
improved Oz in a way. Also, this is same criticism of Knives Out too, but like I don't know, maybe like there should be like I could maybe make a lot of money doing a consulting clinic on how like fire works, so like movies can like think about that. Like you need to have a flammable thing, you need an oxidizer. It doesn't go around a corner. I mean, it does go around a corner. Like, it's not a liquid, okay? It's a gas. Also,
Yeah,
this
but what
fluidized gold business would.
it reminds me do you remember the movie Robots where Mel Brooks plays a fat robot that surfs on a pile of gold?
Oh, yeah, that was really good. I think the best. I mean, the this is kind of silly, but the best representation of a big pile of money in media has been DuckTales, right? Like,
Yeah, you can't really. He was swimming in it, and
and
that looks hard to swim in.
even the, I mean, there's I don't remember if this was in one of the episodes or like okay, the elves just came to watch.
Yeah.
The elves
But
just came to.
also the door is screaming, "Help him!" As though like he's not gonna hear you, bro.
No, his
Like
elf
he's a
ears, his
thousand
elf
miles away.
ears. He brought the whole army just to come and turn around.
That's tight. That's tight. You know when you roll up with the squad to a party and then you realize this ain't the vibe.
It could have done anything.
Can someone impact font meme that? I
Um,
can't believe this movie starts like there's so much these movies, there's three of them. They're all 3 hours long. Spend more than a montage on a dragon heist. A dragon just heisted a bank and they did it through montage. That's fucking lame.
I mean,
Spend more time on that.
they should have had like an hour where the dragon is just killing thousands of dwarves.
or we see the dragon like make a plan, get the team together, and then just
It's
realize,
just
oh, I'm a
him. He's
dragon.
he's the team. You're
Get
right
George
though.
Clooney, get a George Clooney cameo. Hell yeah.
I do think that you don't see enough of the dragon. Like
Well, no,
he's
because
not really
because
he's not really scary.
they
It's
only
just
had Benedict for a day.
he was like I'm only doing me lines for 8 hours. You get one day. That's all you got. That's what he sounds like off
And
camera.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oi.
Listen, Gov. I
I'm
want
so long in it.
I want a cheese and pickle, and I only got
I'm
one
on the
day.
turn. Hey, look, it's the guy.
Elijah Wood received $100 million for this cameo.
Who was the guy? There was the guy in Godfather 2 that played the brother,
Oh God.
and he was in Godfather 1, and he was in most of that movie, and he was in one scene of Godfather 2, and he demanded he get the same salary for both movies.
Isn't that a I think you should leave bit? Like
Maybe.
the Detective Crashmore. Anyway, we'll add a correction here in the audio. We'll add a citation. Um, how would this is like a classic fantasy issue, but how would the hobbits have any sense of scale to accomplish cartography? You know, like
Yeah,
drawing this map going to whatever lonely mountain.
maybe it's just a bad map. We never see
That's
anyone
true.
else
It could
be
be
like,
really
what the
bad.
fuck?
Um, what's he got here? Sword.
So is the idea that this is set like, I guess like before the Lord of the Rings movie?
The Hobbit? I think so.
I
I
mean,
I hope
this
so.
like this flash forward scene.
I mean, he just said he was gonna. Okay, he's definitely CGI'd, right? Like, look at his
Yeah,
face.
yeah. There's a little bit of Polar Express in that face.
Um, I think he just said he was gonna send out invitations. This is set like a week before Lord of the
Oh
Rings.
yeah, gotcha.
Oh
So
yeah,
which
he's got
yeah.
Facetune on. He looks younger here than in the Lord of the Rings movies. Is Frodo also Facetuned? I guess so.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how much CGI they do just to make him hobbitized.
Well, they just, it's a surgery, in fact. I mean, do you have to hobbitize someone? Can't you
Maybe, I
just
don't know.
select all and scale down?
Except for the feet. They got the big
Just
ass
scale
feet.
up the feet. Yeah, was Tolkien a foot guy? Is that maybe? Does that,
Yeah.
is that a take somebody's had yet?
Maybe Jackson. I haven't seen much of Jackson's other stuff.
Yeah.
He might be a feet guy.
Um, people are like, "Oh yeah, great director, Peter Jackson." Is he? I like the director's cut is longer. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
What choice? You're supposed to. The director's cut is worse. That tells me that it's a bad direction, I guess.
Well, there's the old stereotype. I don't know if this is true of the Lord of the Rings movies, but there's the old stereotype that um, directors are all men and editors are all women because the directors they just like fucking shoot their wad. They just like do whatever the fuck they want, and then an editor needs to come in and be like, "Okay, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?"
It makes sense. I mean, I don't know. It,
60 years earlier.
this movie needed, yeah. This movie needed like more than an editor.
Yeah,
Um,
this movie needed someone with the no button from day one.
this movie needed to be 1/3 of a movie.
Yeah. What?
I just feel I had to when I'm watching this another time. I can't remember. I just put this on while I was like doing something stupid, and I had to turn it off because I just felt so bad for Ian McKellen at about like the hour mark. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to do this. This is like
Yeah.
elder abuse. Like,
That paycheck. That paycheck, man, must have been crazy.
how is he not like loaded with cash? How does
Rich enough.
he
Man.
how does he need a paycheck?
Well, this was around the same time they got his ass back in X-Men too, so he must have been
His
struggling.
gambling debts. What was Kavanaugh supposedly spending bajillions of dollars on? It was
I know.
like
I don't
baseball
watch I don't watch the
bets or
news.
something. Yeah, he was selling buttons at the how. So
Yeah,
it's
he looks really sad and old. This is just supposed to be The meeting.
Yeah. So are they? Gandalf sort of implies that they have met before.
Which I guess makes sense because he's kind of this like guy that shows up to town every year or whatever with the fireworks.
Yeah, who apparently has been drinking heavily and looks extremely hungover.
New Zealand, baby.
Yeah. I don't think is this one in New Zealand too, or because this one looks a lot fakier.
Yeah, I believe this one is also in New Zealand. Because I know like this one especially with to some degree with the first series of films and then also this one it's been like a huge bother in New Zealand.
Really?
Like they kind of got fucked over with the second one.
What are they?
I don't remember the details of all of that, but I remember something.
What are they like? What they're just like buying up all that ham or something? Like what are they?
Let
The
me look it up.
the
Let
demands of
me.
the prosthetic beard companies in New Zealand are completely.
Oh God, Hobbiton movie tours. Oh Lord,
Yeah, maybe
that's
that's why it's such a
that's
bother.
so sad.
They just left these houses in the buildings. There's like full of rats and squatters now.
The one and only Hobbiton from Lord of the Rings is now on Airbnb, bro.
Oh.
That's so sad.
To be fair, if I was Bilbo, I'd be extremely worried. Like what appears to be um like a drug-addled old man
Just
passing
vandalize my house.
passing vagrant comes in and demands that he come into my house, and then he scratches at my door, looks through the window, and runs away. I'm surprised there's not a shot of Gandalf like taking a whiz in his garden or something.
That would be great. Just because there needs to be more. I know that Lord of the Rings is already an old manish like setting and story, but there needs to be more old man shit.
Yeah, Gandalf at this point I think is like 700 something in like
Five
the
thousand, whatever.
is he
Yeah,
5,000?
I don't know.
He you know he should not be he should not be just walking around or whatever. He should be like upset.
Oh God, ow! Everything hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would just let this guy into your house.
I also think that they really failed here in that everybody always says that description of food in fantasy novels is like, top notch. Like you're always reading about hard cheeses and seed rolls or whatever. And in that last shot, the food is behind a candle. We cannot see anything. It's all faked. Give us the
they
spread. Give us the fantasy
they were gonna
spread.
CGI it later. I'm trying to think what fantasy like movies have like outstanding food because sci-fi gets it off easy because everything can just be goo and you're good.
You have a eat a cube of whatever.
Yeah, just oatmeal and
Don't
beans
forget
in
that
the same
they
bowl.
don't forget that they have to go to an alien planet and eat a thing that has like an eye on it or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I guess they didn't want to
Potter.
they didn't want a Temple of Doom it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Harry Potter had pretty good food.
Good food.
It got it off easily because you have a dining hall and you have like holidays, so you can
Yeah,
do pumpkin pie and Christmas dinner.
right. And they wanted to play up the fact that the food is like really decadent because it is being made by elf slaves in that place.
Yeah. I can't wait to revisit those just to find everything.
The Harry Potter movies.
Yeah,
Well,
just to be like, oh, there it is. Oh, we should have seen that coming.
yeah, maybe we need to Maybe you
Do
need
this for all 8 of those fucking
the
movies?
Fantastic Beasts. That's what I
Oh
was.
God, holy shit!
The true. I don't know if you can really do a first watch with the no sound, and I don't want to watch them twice. So it's kind of like,
Did I see? I think I was in a room when the first one was being played. I don't remember anything except that Johnny Depp shows up by surprise.
that's like a twist. Isn't he in the
He,
cast?
he, you know what? No, I remember this. He was Colin Farrell in the first one. Colin Farrell was Johnny Depp in disguise, and that's the twist of the first one.
Oh, well, okay.
And then he's in the second one, and then he's replaced by Mads Mikkelsen in the third one, which is
Isn't
a hell of an upgrade.
um isn't Colin Farrell already a Harry Potter guy?
I don't
Is
think so.
isn't he already? I thought he was in the main one.
No, maybe. I don't think so. There's a lot of fucking people in that
Yeah, look
shit.
at that. Also, how is Bilbo apparently a single a single guy eating all of this food before it goes bad? Is it all salted, I guess?
Yeah, maybe he just has diarrhea.
He just I mean, again, another thing that should be in more fantasy settings. Nobody's
Yeah.
nobody's cooking the water here. All right? They're having ale or whatever. Oh, that was the shot. The shot from Lord of the Rings when he did that. He doesn't learn.
They're repeating jokes.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete. Hey, Pete. It's 3 hours long. Cut the jokes you already told.
No, no, we need to have this. One dwarf short.
I thought all dwarves short.
That would have been a good. That would Bilbo should have jumped in and said that.
Here's the strange thing about watching this without the sound on. I think in some ways it actually benefits because the music probably adds to how cloying this feels.
Yeah, it's probably like.
Yeah, it's either like obvious shit or it's just really inappropriate and obvious repeats of the Lord of the Rings score.
Like in the soundtrack, it's probably an 8 minute track called like the dwarves dinner, and then they sing. They will sing.
They do sing, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so can we just mouse over and see exactly how far into the movie we are? Because this is getting
23 minutes
we're 23 minutes in, and
and
nothing
belches.
nothing has happened. It's yeah.
This is already $250 million of a Rings of Power episode. That's how far in we are time wise.
Oh boy.
Did you watch Rings of Power?
I watched like one episode and then I I went to a watch party and it was like, oh okay, like
Yeah.
sure, yeah,
Yep.
it's like elves and stuff. I
They
think
did it.
wasn't there some dramatic thing about a guy being in love with somebody else and then it was like I was kind of like yeah I see where this is going.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not it's very obvious of a show. I didn't hate it because I was watching the new Game of Thrones show at the same time, and that show sucks.
I watched one episode of that too and I was like oh yeah they're really doing it again huh.
Yep.
I can't wait to see what this character-driven story comes out to. I wonder. I wonder if these characters with like bald-faced ambition will seek to further their own goals rather than
Yeah.
help the empire or whatever in the face of a looming threat.
Who knows?
It's
I have a
impossible to
novel
say.
idea. How about we have the show that was famously depicting sexual assault without pregnancy?
No,
What could possibly go wrong? One of the dwarves should have died during this scene.
Just gets hit with a
Just
plate in the head, and are they
this.
play? Wait, I'm sorry. Are they playing on the? Who's this for? Who's this for? See, that's pretty good. I don't think he needed to complain at all. They cleaned and stacked the dishes.
Yeah, he is here.
Did you guys already do the dish dance? I missed it. Are you kidding me? You couldn't have eaten 10 seconds slower and I could have been part of the dish dance?
I just can't imagine you're like a normie and you saw Lord of the Rings and you're like, that shit was tight. And then 10 years later, you walk into this movie. It's like, this is a lot of dish dancing.
Yeah, I think the main reaction that people have to this movie was like, "Wait, did Lord of the Rings suck?" And I just didn't realize it. Like, was it bad? And then you go back and watch that, and you're like, "No, it's just a new one." Because there is like they are like in the Shire for a certain amount of time in Lord of the Rings.
That's true. Yeah.
Gandalf's in here, and there's like a little bit of they're not doing high fantasy adventure yet.
But there's at least spooky shit. There's
Something,
like a
yeah,
ring that's like,
sorry, yeah,
ooh.
something happens. I want to clarify. It turns out that just setting a movie with the same pacing of like location and time is not enough. There needs to be a script that does something. At least in the low light, Gandalf doesn't look like he is like being revived between takes.
I don't know. He still looks confused.
Oh no, never mind. He said he's gonna have a little more light.
Oh no. Oh no. I love how they were like filming this or like doing like look, looking at him in present day and thinking like, you know what this series, you know what we should do with these films? More Gandalf action scenes.
Oh god, yeah, that's gonna be rich. Why didn't they recast Gandalf? They could have done that. It's just he's just too
Who
iconic.
who you get?
Michael Fassbender.
That's a good one. Hell yeah. That'd be tight.
Are you kidding? Like he's already in the X Men. We know
Yeah.
that he's willing to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, they're gonna be in a beard and a hat. You could pick anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
I want it to be like Joker. Like every actor of a generation should get a chance to play Gandalf.
Jared Leto in a fantasy world, I sounds threatening.
I
It was
mean,
already threatening enough when he was in Blade
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Runner.
Well, no, he isn't. He's in Morbius now. That's basically a fantasy
Oh,
movie.
that's right. I never saw Morbius. I never saw that one or the Minions one. Those are the meme movies at the same time. It seemed like they were fake.
Has Gandalf canonically killed dragons?
Well, let's find out.
Shouts in Dwarvish.
Yeah.
Why would other people? Really? I don't know. I don't know.
What?
Rumors from who?
Oh no, the big people are gonna find out that the big dragon with all the gold has all the gold.
Yeah, the rumor is like that you can get in a secret answer. Like this is like a bunch of conspiracy theorists being like other people are close to discovering what we have.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not feasible.
Did you hear the story about how the bear who famously steals gold has taken over the treasury? We need to make sure no one else figures that out.
You know that gold stealing bear? That's that. That's a good like. Put that in your fantasy campaign.
I think that's the plot of Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah, that's coming up.
Speaking of meme movies that aren't real,
But what's the budget of Cocaine Bear?
I don't know. It's directed by the person by Elizabeth Banks, who did the first couple Pitch Perfect movies,
Oh,
and
okay.
is a fine actress and a pretty bad director. So I think it'll be pretty bad.
You remember that movie Monsters when that came out? And it was like it was a really bad movie, but it's like, oh, but they made it for $5,000.
No,
You remember this? Okay, this was like 2010 maybe.
Monsters versus Aliens.
No, it was just called Monsters.
Monster with Charlize Theron about a serial killer.
No, this was just like some people in a jungle and there's monsters there. It was.
Got it. Got it. The Star Wars fan film approach to low budget filmmaking.
I just
Just
remember
just get a forest.
it looked okay. Like it looked like that was the whole thing, and it was like oh, it looks all right that there's monsters in there. Um, the problem with this movie again, they're talking about the burglar, and they're like, we're all fighters, and we have a wizard. This should
Are they still talking? Holy shit! I haven't paid attention to the movie in a couple of minutes. I'm surprised that they're still talking at dinner.
Yeah, they're razzing Bilbo for not being a burglar, and I guess Gandalf thinks he is.
Dude, perfect. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was, but the okay with the dragon. How accustomed to the smell of dwarf? Aren't hobbits basically a dwarf? Am I?
They're like dwarves, but they smell different. You know how different races smell different?
Yeah. Yes. That's a really
Thanks, Tolkien.
really good idea. And maybe it's just his diet. Eats different
I mean,
stuff.
then they probably should not be eating the same food.
That's true. Now they've ruined it. They all ate
We've
his
now
food.
disguised ourselves with the stench.
The
What's funny is that this is now the Ocean's 11 scene, but we
right.
just
That's what I was saying.
are only here for the Matt Damon part.
We should. Should be like an extremely exciting part of the movie, like getting this team together and proposing an adventure. But it's so slow and it's constantly interrupted by like a full minute of the dwarves yelling whenever somebody asks a question.
Yeah, the type of it's literally it seems like it's literally a translation issue, like the types of interruptions in a conversation that you wouldn't get in text suddenly show up and they didn't know what to do with it.
I well, I don't know. I think it might be intentionally. Yeah. Okay. Why? No. But he would know that a dragon breathes fire. He would know about that.
We know about that, and we don't live in worlds where dragons are real.
I mean, we've got the book or whatever, but like, I'm pretty sure they said fire breathing dragon earlier. Also, aren't they trying to convince? Aren't they trying to convince Bilbo to do this?
They're showing him the contract to be like, "Hey, here's everything on the line."
Okay, that was the worst pratfall
Don't
They should have gotten a stunt double for that because that was so bad. It was just like
a
he
cut in the
sat down.
middle of a pratfall. You know how it's like when you see an action scene with a bunch of cuts, you know that the actor didn't want to do it. That was that for a pratfall. We needed his face falling, and then we had the stunt double do the back.
But that wasn't even a good fall for the stunt double. You could see his knee touching the ground. The world is not in your books and maps. It is. It's all about that. There's a map that he draws later that's all about this. Also, he has no family. There's nothing here. I thought is that important that he can ride a horse?
Yeah, you know what? I think they're doing the thing where they're setting up how lame he is compared to his family, so that every time he does something, it can be the if I step 1 foot more, I'm the farthest from home I've ever been scene. It's like, wow, I'm the first person in my family to take a shit in the woods.
I think they're seeding the Bull Roar Took movie, which they're gonna make in, I guess now, right? It's been another decade, so
Amazon, baby.
Amazon Prime.
We got Lord of the Rings and football. Let's go.
Are you ready for some rings?
Because I think Amazon now owns this because they bought MGM. And I love the story coming out of that, which is just like Amazon has no clue what the fuck to do with MGM.
They
Like we bought a movie studio and have no fucking clue what to do with it.
well no, they only bought the rights to the like first third of the Silmarillion or something. That's what the
I mean, yeah.
so
Yeah.
I don't know if they even have the rights to Bull Roar or Took or whatever.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because I read they couldn't actually use the Silmarillion for the show. They had to use like Tolkien's notes that were later turned into the Silmarillion.
That's so good.
And I think that show, it's like I talked to my dad about this. My dad's a big Lord of the Rings guy. He said like the show compresses like thousands of years of lore into like a decade,
That's pretty good. I mean,
which I'm cool with, especially compared with The Hobbit.
I think everybody has a pretty bad idea of how long 1,000 years is.
Yeah,
It's like a really long time.
yeah.
Are they just gonna give up? The dwarves are like talking like they're giving up because they don't have Bilbo Baggins, this guy they did not know they needed, and and just met. Like they could just go to any one of these other houses and find another Hobbit if they just need it.
Go to Hobbit jail. Find the
Yeah,
thief in Hobbit
find someone who
jail.
stole. That's a quest. Come on. Why doesn't this start with a jailbreak?
Exactly. Dragon heist, jailbreak, getting the team together.
Here's how you punch this up.
Soderbergh's The Hobbit sounds kind of awesome.
The first we see the dragon, there's no context. We just see like a dwarven kingdom, and then we have like full 15 minutes of a dragon destroying it. No
Yes.
voiceover, no lore. Smash cut 60 years later. Thorin Oakenshield is outside of dwarf jail, and he's telling the story to the first dwarf who he's breaking out. These dwarves still believe in returning to the original Misty Mountains, and that makes them dangerous political dissidents.
Boom. I
They're
mean,
being
this
hunted
sounds
by the
great.
dwarf army the entire time they're doing this. Bilbo is down on his luck. He's kicked out of his house. He's living in the gutter.
His maps are shit.
You need to give these people a reason to leave.
Or you know what? At this point, we're now 40 minutes into them being in the house. Don't give them a reason. Just leave.
This is also the second song, I guess, which is very Tolkien.
This is, yeah. They should have just made it a musical, 90-minute Hobbit musical. Fuck it.
Um, we haven't met him yet. I think he's in this movie, the other wizard. Do we meet him in this movie, or is that in the next movie?
He's somewhere in here.
I have no idea why they picked that guy and not Tom Bombadil. I, you know what I mean? If you're gonna,
Christopher Lee or
no, not Saruman, the
oh
rabbit guy. He has the big thing with. You'll see him.
oh yeah,
Why
he's the
is
one with the bombs. Is that
does he have
scene?
bombs? Okay, well, I gotta wait and
Or the
find.
or the barrels? The action scene at the end of this?
I don't. Let's just
I
wait
have a
and see. I
vague
guess.
memory of some of this.
All
I
right,
think
so
that's around when I fell asleep when I watched this in the theater.
they all had a night of restful sleep and everything's back to normal. Is he wearing slippers or are those his feet?
I think those are his feet. Oh, those are gross.
They really
Yeah, okay. I think either Pete or Tolkien were feet guys.
were th- were there drawings of hobbits? Can we reference this? Also, who sleeps in suspenders? What the hell? Just a
Now time
slow.
for the half-hour breakfast scene.
It was charming. It was charming in the first movie or in the first movies because You had all these tough adventuring guys, and the hobbits kept wanting to stop. You have a conflict. If you
Yeah,
just have a hobbit who wants to have breakfast, there is no conflict.
he's just annoying.
I forget what happens. Does he run out the door here? Why did they put incinerate? Okay, wait. Movie flub. Before he was reading the middle of the contract and said incineration, but now it's written at the end of the contract?
Ding.
Is that the. Also, fold that up, bro. He's just tearing it to shreds.
I gotta say, because they do this in the first in the actual movies, right? Where Samwise does the running after them and saying, "I'll be with you" or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, Martin Freeman does not have the youthful exuberance to be doing this.
He looks really tired.
He looks really tired.
That's like.
Oh, that was a sad shot.
He was, yeah. He's winded there. Um,
Sean Astin, at least he got it. Like
yeah.
he was going to try really hard to do every single thing that he ever did in life.
Wait. Wait. Sorry, I've never run that far before.
Here's a good question: Has Martin Freeman
Done
been
anything
in
good?
any things that aged well? I guess
Uh
the Edgar Wright movies.
oh. What was he? He was in The World's End. I didn't.
Yeah, he was one of the guys in World's End.
I don't think that was very good from the start. I gotta say.
I like that one.
You
I
like
watched
that
that one.
one?
I didn't know that there was a science fiction twist, to be honest. I saw it like 5 years after it came out, and then halfway through, aliens started showing up, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is cool."
Yeah, I don't know.
Hot
I
Fuzz is the best one of those three
is
for
he?
sure.
Wait.
But
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
oh, you know what? He is in Hot Fuzz very very briefly. I think he's in all three of them.
Well, that aged well. I'm sure The World's End. I don't know. Maybe I don't remember it that well, but
And
it
and
didn't.
maybe it sucks.
It didn't. I don't know. What do they have there? Is this gold? What the heck? How do they have so much gold to bet on this?
What has Freeman been in since this and Sherlock ended?
Uh,
Oh, Black Panther. He's in Marvel now.
Love Actually. He was in Love
He,
Actually. That
he's,
aged
he's the
well.
white guy in Black Panther. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they had that poster of him doing the Wakanda pose.
I haven't seen the new Black Panther, so maybe he's good in that.
Apparently, they filmed some of that at MIT, and
Oh, really?
yeah, they were driving across a bridge for about 5 minutes. That real bridge is about 100 meters long,
Perfect.
and also you could never reach a speed above 20 miles an hour on it
I'm
for
sure.
any
Yeah.
reason. And they also committed the sin of mentioning math in a movie,
Yeah.
like aiming a rocket launcher. I'm like, just remember your differential equations class. Okay. How do I get into the big buck world of consulting on movies to not have them talk about just don't talk about it, okay?
I think consulting jobs are all scams so
Right.
that
That's what I'm saying.
sell out Hollywood types can convince their smart friends that they're not evil.
Like consulting like to be well, also what was that dead thing? Was that what they ate for dinner? Where are they?
Turn green screen set number 2. Who gives a shit?
How did they get up here so fast from the Shire? Didn't it take them like 10 days to get to Weathertop in like the movie or whatever?
As a fantasy series goes on, we're now halfway through Lord of the Rings, technically, which means they've unlocked fast travel by this
Oh,
point.
I see. What is this? Is this a made up thing? Also, he said quick and quiet, no screams, but there was a scream. So what did
So they're joking about an orc raid that is actually happening.
I guess? What? He hates orcs. Don't they all hate orcs cuz they took over the no?
I think they're explaining it in voiceover. Oh hell yeah!
So did the orcs try to take over the dragon or what? Shouldn't they shouldn't they be happy about this?
Moria had been taken by legions of orcs.
Oh
Okay,
yeah. Oh yeah, this guy who looks like the mini
Mr.
boss.
Mini Boss. Yeah,
Yeah. Mr. Smooth Orc.
Gundabad orc.
Gunda
That's
he's
tight.
Gunda bad. He's going to have a bad time taking out the line of Durin. Is that real? Is that a He beheaded him with a mace?
That's pretty impressive.
Ding. Why did he swear to wipe out their bloodline?
Because he's a dick.
Also, this always bothers me that the king is always A, in battle, like just with everybody else, and B, somehow always in the middle of the battle.
Yeah.
I shouldn't there
What's
be?
that? Is there a leader structure that's you're ruled by the best of you in battle?
Is that? I guess it could be. It seems like they would have high turnover for kings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, I assume the dwarves probably had won a couple more battles. Okay, he's doing a full spin around wind up.
Held R2.
Okay, he bashed open the shield with this thing. Why would a branch work?
Because the earth is stronger.
It's
You
just like it's an
fool.
allegory. Also, how did this guy get all these weird symmetric cuts? He looks like somebody's trying to cook a baked potato. Okay, why wouldn't he just kill this guy?
Oh, the dwarves got to him, or the orcs got to him.
But then they charged in.
Yeah, how did he get so far behind the enemy lines? And why would you keep the log?
I don't I don't know.
It feels like one of the
They
boss
win. They
battles
win
in.
this they win this battle.
It's like yeah, the it's the Shadow of Mordor boss battles where the enemy has like a percentage chance to get away or come back.
Us 10 dwarves had survived. That was it. Is that supposed to be the guy who's speaking now?
I think so.
Why is he way older and this guy is not? Do dwarves have like a sigmoidal aging curve? Like they just maybe he dies. Maybe he dies it.
Yeah, you can't really tell an old. Why are they all? They all know the story.
I guess they didn't.
This dude's brooding face. He's stretching it out a lot. We're still in the first hour of the first movie, man.
I thought orcs were only supposed to live like 20 years or something.
It's something like that. I think one of the orcs that talks in the TV show explained it, but I forgot about
All right, that sounds like about right. Okay, and then what is he? Just is he right across the thing? That's some other guy.
it.
I just think these orcs don't look as.
In
Yeah, wait. Shouldn't it be in
the subtitles said in
Mortarese?
black speech. That's fucked, man.
Mortarese?
You can't say that. It's 2012, man.
Yeah, I don't. It was a different time. It was, why didn't he bring a coat? Master Dwarf. Ooh, some lore drop.
Oh, yay, more backstory.
Yeah, wasn't it weird that when Bilbo met Gandalf, a timer or a thing appeared above his head that said 1 out of 5? Achievement progress, wizard meter, 1 out of 5. That's
72% of players
yeah.
have earned this achievement.
That's yeah. They just use that one to see if if you started up the game.
Yeah.
See, this is where we meet this random guy.
Well, good thing they explained who he was.
Yeah, otherwise, oh boy, how would we understand that he's a wizard? Because he's just a staff and a. Is that just a dead fox? Oh, not good. Not good. There's just dead animals everywhere. I, as a wizard, this is part of the extrasensory perception. Okay, so was that a hummingbird or a sparrow?
Uh, who can say? I don't know what the music is supposed to be doing, but the frantic cuts of this
Why was
are
it?
very
Why was
confusing.
there a lingering shot on a dead mole? Why did we need that? We already saw so many things die.
This looks like the fucking nearly dead scene from Princess Bride
Oh yeah.
with Billy Crystal.
Why didn't he try to save all those other things? This sucks so bad. This sucks so bad, man.
Again, you're a normie. You're here to see cool dudes fighting orcs. You just got a flashback scene
I
where like, okay, there's
also
some of
do
that.
we like? I get that he's a wizard. Do we have to look at a guy with a bunch of poop on the side of his head? Who's that for? Ah, it's right in the shot. Okay, there's a big spider.
What the fuck? What is it, Dark Souls?
Yeah, this is the Dark Souls. This is John Dark Souls. Did he die? Is he happy about
There,
that?
there's something about a CGI porcupine dying that makes me not care.
Oh, he's got to get his stone.
What is hap like?
They just can you believe this whole scene was improv?
They were just filming when a giant tarantula attacks. Why is he coming?
this this sucks so bad. Why? Sebastian grunting.
He's giving his life juice to a hedgehog. What is this, deviant
Why did the Yeah, he used a blue crystal on him. Why isn't he blue?
art?
Was that a Chaos Emerald? Is that a canon? It's canon. Why would the spiders come for the hedgehog?
Man,
Like
that CGI bird looks really CGI.
that's a robin can't
These animals all look so
a
horrible.
robin cannot hover like that. Let's
Yeah.
be clear. This goes
This,
on for some time. Yeah, this is what I remember. I
yeah.
was like, who is this guy? Why do I care? And why is this exciting? All right, back to generic fantasy landscape number 6. Oh, there's a house here 100 years ago.
This was like this. I think this is a save point in Elden Ring.
Where's the Elden Ring movie?
That's what I'm saying. That'd be tight.
It
Fucking,
it looks like a good game. I'm not good enough at Souls type games to probably enjoy it though, unfortunately.
it's really fucking good. It's a good one.
I also don't think my computer can run it. So, 2 for 2.
Yeah, I got a PlayStation, so uh, the I love the idea of sitting with George R. R. Martin as someone tries to play Elden Ring with him. Just telling me like, so these are the guys that you created. And he was like, I'll take your word for it, Bucko.
What? You don't think he remembers?
No, 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 not at all.
There was a good tweet about that. Somebody was like, "I'm from Soft Guy. I made a giant lobster." George R. Martin. That's the punished wraith Sheorgoroth from Soft Guy. That rules. That fucking rules. I mean,
That's tight. I mean,
it's pretty much
it's not
pretty much
not
what
tight.
happened.
I love the idea of just like because it was clearly just like, oh, we sat down with him and let him talk for a day. He made up a world and then we ruined it.
They ruined it.
Well,
Is
they made
it?
it like fantasy post-apocalyptic
Oh, I
from
see.
software shit.
I mean, that's good. That's a good collab.
Yeah,
He's like he's an icon to procrastinators everywhere. George,
absolutely, absolutely.
like you could probably offer him any project and he'd do it right now.
His whole career. I mean, he's writing for the show
Is
for the
he?
House of the Dragon show. Yeah,
Oh man, right? Finish the book, man. Come on.
his whole thing is when you clean your house to avoid a project. Like he's now a housekeeper.
Wait, what was this thing he said? We had 6. Now there's 14. Let's not worry him. That's a dangerous line of thinking. Okay, that's how you get non-compliant O-rings on the Challenger, all right? You
Yeah,
got to be there's a light burning in the Frankenstein place. There's a light. Yeah,
that's
when
the thing.
does
Even these movies, modern songs, just fuck it.
thought you were gonna say Tim Curry.
Uh,
I mean, they could put him in here. He'd be a good
he's
Radagast.
he'd be great. I mean, he's great in everything. Is he still doing shit? I imagine he's the most retired person in the world.
I don't know. I mean, I imagine if he is, he's doing stage stuff because that's what he loves. When was the Command and Conquer stuff? That was like 10 years ago, 15
Yeah,
years
something
ago.
like that. 76-year-old, my man.
I recently watched
He had a stroke in 2012 and has been doing voice acting and fan convention since then.
oh,
He played Sidious in one of the Star Wars cartoons.
that That
That's
tracks.
kind of tight.
Okay, so this should be good. This should be a good scene.
It should be. Those trolls looking, the CGI really not hitting, man.
Yeah, very smooth.
They look like Transformers side characters in terms
There's
of like how they're moving.
there's like a smoothness ratchet. Okay, like the orcs were practical, and then they made them smooth. And the troll was smooth earlier, and they've only made it smoother. They could have just used the original level of smooth from Lord of the Rings, but they had to kick it up.
Yeah.
It can't.
CGI artists must just be fucking neat freaks. It's just like, no, get all the dirty, get away.
Is it
Oh,
cheaper? Like, how did they blow the budget for this movie? They should have just like done like fucking like Don Bluth 2D animation over the. You know what? I bet the budget all went into filming it at like whatever the 120 FPS or whatever the. Remember that?
yeah, yeah,
It doesn't
probably.
come through here, but in the theater, this was
No,
all
not
like
at
it
all.
was like cranked up.
It looked horrible. Yeah. Everything looked like a soap opera.
It was like motion blur when Bilbo was moving around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I I guess it appeals to like people who play a lot of high performance video games,
Right, but like,
but they're not gonna like this
no.
for the other reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bold move to add that to a bad movie. If that wasn't a good movie, then maybe
Did they
we get something from it.
did they do it for all
But
three?
they had to have. But we're getting snot on Martin Freeman. Oh God, this looks worse than Roger Rabbit.
I honestly think that maybe the best Lord of the Rings adaptation is the if you string together the Ralph Bakshi one and the Rankin Bass one. Have you-
I haven't seen either. Though.
oh,
I've
really?
heard they're both. I
They're
heard they're both really
they're
interesting.
they're really fun. They're more like silly. They're less epic. But
Yeah,
that's I mean it's kind of how it should be.
yeah. I mean, it should be like a fairy tale with more complicated lore. Like, doesn't need to be more complicated than that. I didn't hate I never played the second video game, but I played the first Shadow and Mortar game and thought that that was really fun.
Yeah, that's on my list of like whatever more classic stuff to go back to.
It's a good time.
What did I think the only Lord of the Rings video game I've actually played is Lego Lord of the Rings,
See,
which
yeah,
is, whatever. Sure.
that's the Tony one.
Okay,
Them Lego guys, they know what they're going for.
if these guys could just do this the whole time, why was there even an issue? I guess they lose, right? Or
Maybe they just all die.
stick them in the sacks.
Oh, uh, could we not
I think
show
that's the troll saying
CGI?
that.
Oh, gotcha.
There. I gotta say, props to the people because if you're having trolls somersaulting around and doing all this other stuff with loincloths, it is a heroic effort to avoid showing troll hog to the in a BG movie.
How many frame by frame edits did this get?
No,
All right,
again.
lengthen it here, make it flap this way.
Oh my
They got the same guys that took the buttholes out of cats.
Why did they ever have those in?
There's a lot of why questions with the cats movie. This is a tough task for Martin Freeman to act in, but he does not look like he's all that scared.
Yeah, he should be able to cry on command.
Yeah.
Why are they just giving up?
All right, you know what? That's kind of funny.
That every dwarf is on the same spit.
That looks like a From Soft. That looks like something that would be in Elden Ring.
That looks like something you'd see in Bugs Bunny. That's what it should be.
Yeah, it's the scene from Return of the Jedi where Han Solo's up there and he's trying to blow out the fire.
Uh, why? Why did it have to be that, like, Bilbo gets them captured? Why couldn't they just lose? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Why does that have to really sting?
because we need to still believe that these dwarves are badasses, and that it's just the honor of they didn't want to let Bilbo
Let the
die.
Flurga Berber Hobbit. Excuse me.
Again,
That was a
a tough acting job that you're asking my man Freeman.
Oh, Gandalf's coming. Gandalf's coming.
That shot of him just stumbling in the woods.
Gandalf. Can
Screaming.
somebody recut that and then he's doing the Naruto run? Wasn't he
I
supposed
can't.
to
I can't believe they're still doing this bit.
do? Would people understand what parasites are?
Yeah, there's that movie that I didn't watch.
In The
So,
Hobbit, canonically, there was a movie called Parasite.
it's like
It was like about a future world where people live in a house or whatever.
about fantasy Koreans.
Didn't in the book he like keep them busy with riddles or something?
Maybe.
See, but then it's not. Now it's just like Gandalf saved them.
Yeah, we could have done this 20 minutes ago. Did
Also,
the aspect ratio change?
maybe. Wait, viewers, pay attention for us. Go back and
Something about maybe it was just the dramatic lighting change with all the CGI. It
yeah.
looked weird, but something looked really fucking weird in that transition.
Okay, so did anything actually happen there? Because he just talked to them about 1 minute. It seemed like they were just going to keep cooking them for longer than that.
It can't take that long to fry a dwarf. It seems like they cooked them for an adequate amount of time.
I think I don't know. I mean, they were going to
I'm
just
trying
eat
to think
them.
because when you do a hot dog over a fire, it doesn't take that long, but they're still alive. Okay, so you take a hot dog length of an alive pig. I feel like it would take maybe 5 times as much time to
To
kill
cook
it
an
and roast
entire
it.
pig.
Well, yeah, but I feel like
I,
they would have at least died.
I mean, you're eating a carnivore when you're eating a dwarf, right? So you got to take
That's
out the
true.
liver and probably the intestines as well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the trolls are not practicing, good food safety practices.
Right. I'm surprised they were even cooking them.
Yeah, I think that was a plot point. I don't know.
If we listeners, if we missed anything, email us.
Yeah, you can reach me at barack.obama@whitehouse.gov. Still active. He still checks it.
Yeah.
Dedicated guy. In between his appearances on Nature documentaries.
If you email him, he'll print it out and keep it in his secret stash of documents.
Yeah.
Everyone's got one.
Yeah. Secret documents. You mean the freaking Mueller report?
Hell yeah.
It's happening. Okay, they're opening a bunch of old swords.
Hey YouTube, it's Gandalf. Here's my sword unboxing video.
What's up? It's
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Grey Wiz 31 here.
I like how this guy's hair is always
Back? It never comes forward.
back.
He's got a clip, maybe.
We've established that he's hot King Dwarf. You can make him look a little dirty. That's the Aragorn progression of dirtiness was correct. He starts out in the mud, and then by the end of it, he's the king.
You'd think this one should go the other way. He should become muddier.
If that's what they're doing, then I'm fine with that. But
He shouldn't just be king the whole time.
yeah, there should be at least some mud. There's no mud.
Oh, another sword. Like the other swords that we saw.
Those were uncommon. This one is rare.
Yeah. Bilbo, this sword has a purple line around it. Why? Why can't he take a sword? Is that true of all elvish swords then? That's kind of lame. I thought it was just this sword.
Is this eventually the blue sword?
This is that sword, yeah.
So he just found it in the ground? Oh, thanks for the backstory, dude. That's so cool.
That's why it has its own name, because he just named it. It's awesome, yeah.
Barry, oh, you're alone, so I'll call you Han Solo.
That... What was his original name in that movie?
I never saw that movie.
Peter? Han Peter?
Han Peter.
Oh, great. Did he,
Oh,
did he clean his fucking head?
Nope. That dried up shit is still there.
Can we get away from this guy?
Sylvester McCoy. I'm trying to find the actor for this dude.
What else he's done? I would think this would be career suicide. Okay, did you missed something that he just spit out an insect out of his mouth and gave it to Gandalf.
Disgusting.
Actually, he made Gandalf take it out of his mouth.
This guy was most famous for playing an incarnation of a very famous character. Any guesses?
Is it Radagast?
He was the seventh Doctor Who.
No, he wasn't. This guy? Well, okay. Fine. And they're like, yeah, we need to bring some real heat to this.
I imagine the people that were sitting in the theater being like, man, this looks so good. They do point at the screen like Leo DiCaprio and say, that's the seventh Doctor. We got him.
He's here. Finally. Not from the new series, mind you. From like the one nobody watched.
Yeah.
The Doctor Who where it was like a trash can was the villain or whatever.
The ones before he got sexy.
The $10 budget Doctor Who. Where half of them are just in London. Which, okay, to be fair, a lot of the new ones are also still in London. So, like, get it together, guys.
I will take your word for it.
Imagine something else. Oh, I mean, I haven't. There's been like another 8 seasons since I stopped watching.
They're bringing Tenet back.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good. I'm on board. There's this whole thing now. Okay,
The Hitchcock Zoom.
the hole. This is my
Oh
hole. It
God.
was made for me. the fucking the Gandalf of Amigara fault. Um,
These fucking CGI rabbits, man.
yeah, this
They,
sucks.
they look like James Corden Peter Rabbit.
Oh no, I shouldn't have told him to go. There.
Every
Also,
fantasy
I
always
feel like
needs
the way that
their
it's
fake
cranked
Santa
up,
Claus.
it looked like he was going very slowly.
Dude, stop crossing your eyes, man. That looks so fucked. All right, the smoke coming out of the ears is a good gag. And anytime they're stealing from Looney Tunes, I'll give
Yeah, but what does this movie want to be? What
them
does it want? Does it want to be Looney Tunes fun romp or does it want to be epic Kingman? Because it seems like more often than not it tries and fails in the latter and then just throws in the first because like one guy on the script committee was like,
credit.
okay.
I wonder who wrote this. Maybe that's
Let me just
I mean, it seems
bring it up on
yeah.
Wikipedia. Adolf Hitler Jr. I guess it'd be the third by now, probably. And now they're just killing a bunch of dogs. Okay, orcs are showing up.
Guillermo del Toro.
He wrote this? No way.
He was
Guillermo.
one of the four credited writers.
That sucks, man.
Oh, he was supposed to direct it at some point. I remember that now.
Oh, right. This is the chase scene with the rabbit sled.
Oh yeah. Yeah, damn. Guillermo del Toro was going to direct it back when this was going to be two movies instead of three.
And then they decided, well, what if we made a lot more money?
This is only the fourth highest grossing movie of 2012. That can't have been good.
What else came out in 2012?
The other three were
Is it some Marvel thing?
Dark Knight Rises, Skyfall, and Avengers.
Okay. I mean, those seem like they should have pulled more. I mean, I think people were cautious of this movie because it sucked.
that
I think
didn't stop them. That didn't stop them from Dark Knight Rises.
understandably, here's the stealth mission. They're like, move between the things when the orcs are distracted.
I mean, the sledding scene is literally how the new God of War opens with
This?
a sled chase.
Yeah, but I assume you're on the sled, and also your guy's cool, and also there's a reason. I thought it was a bold move that in the new God of War, Kratos just has a huge glob of shit caked on his side of his face the whole time. It's a really interesting take.
Yeah.
That guy dies, right? I can't remember.
Kratos?
No, the the dwarf in the movie we're watching.
I'm sure.
I mean, Kratos. I mean, he must die, right? Eventually, he's not a god
Yeah, sure.
himself, is
Why
he?
not? Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is. Okay,
No, the story is
I thought he
he
was just a guy.
he was just a guy, but then once he kills the God of War, he becomes the God of War.
Oh, okay.
So he kills Ares in the first game, and then the first game ends with him becoming God of War. And then the rest of those games are the other gods being like, that's not a real way to become a god. And so he kills them all. And then he moves to Norse land.
Has he done like Christian God yet?
No, there's
They're
because
teasing it.
they're done with the Norse stuff. I've heard rumors that next is going to be Egypt.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
I'd be cool with that.
What about Ahura Mazda?
As, I'm not up on any mythology.
What if the God of War, like he just meets a guy, he's like, yeah, I'm not really, I don't really believe in God, but I am spiritual, and he's just forced to destroy the material universe to like, yeah, I believe in the connectedness of all things.
He should know, but going back to your original idea, he should meet Jesus Christ one of these days.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it'd be a cool battle. And he's got to
Yeah.
revive too, so it's like
And by the way,
he has a built-in second stage.
exactly those guys that are casting these fucking games are awesome. Richard Schiff, Toby Ziegler from West Wing plays Odin. It's awesome.
It, yeah. There's like, I don't know. I feel like as well, yeah. I think there's been a serious divergence in voice acting. You never just get a random guy anymore. You either get somebody who's perfect for the role, or you get Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is this? They're all going down into a hole, and this is a good idea.
Oh, look, someone showed up to save their ass again. This is a fun way to continuously resolve conflicts.
The the big theory in like whatever D&D RPG adventure design is you should make your adventure like The Hobbit and not like Lord of the Rings. Because in The Hobbit it's like you have a goal, you have a team, figure it out. And then in Lord of the Rings it's like this political web and of destiny and there's always somebody coming to save your ass. So it's really cool that they took The Hobbit and then
Turn it into Lord of the
and
Rings.
then messed it up. Yeah. They're like, what if every time they could have overcome an obstacle, somebody else does it?
Yeah. It's the same thing that they do with Star Wars, where every Star Wars thing should be a guy needs to blow up the Death Star, and they all turn it into, well, who made the Death Star? And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, somebody it was like, if you just watch the first Star Wars movie, the bad guy is just a guy with the first name Darth.
Yeah.
He's just like a. There's no, he's just a weird magician who's there.
Yeah. It's like, well, who's the man behind the mask? And it's like, I don't think we need to know that. Look at that JPEG.
Yeah. The Valley of Ligma. That's the dumbest joke. The last homie house. The last trap house east of the great waters. Where,
These doors do have the vibe of a TikTok house. We're just making content.
that's the plate shit. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes. Sorry, a lot of this movie clicked into place for me now. they're all yassified. They all do like
They
challenges.
gave a homeless guy drugs.
Yeah. Is yeah, is they should remake this but Gandalf is played by Mr. Beast.
I mean, one opportunity of adventure to the shortest person who responds to this video.
It's really good.
When this gets remade into the Mr. Beast version, who does Elon cameo as?
I mean, I feel like he would be Hugo Weaving's character right here, Elrond.
Yeah, I like that. The tech genius
Or
behind Rivendell.
he could be Smog. Is there a bagly? It's not very good. I can't do his voice is too weird. I can't do it.
I can only do his Twitter voice.
Is this
That's in
just
all
a
his
different
tweets.
guy?
That's what all his tweets
Stay
sound like.
sharp. Where is Hugo Weaving?
He's in this. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Lord Elrond has returned to his home planet.
Horn sounds.
They recast him for Rings of Power.
Yeah, they picked that Dr. Oz looking guy.
Yeah. He does look like Dr. Oz, yeah.
That's fine. I mean, that's earlier. That's like a couple hundred years earlier. He could
Yeah.
look different.
So does
Galadriel.
is it Kate? Yeah, Kate Blanchett in the.
Yeah, in this one. I don't know if they
Yeah.
run into Galadriel in the Hobbits.
I believe they do. I think everyone shows up for a hot second, except for Vigo.
Hey, Elrond. Yeah, well, he's got other stuff to do, like make a green book too, or whatever.
Blue Book.
I got other stuff I gotta learn now.
This time it's an Asian trombone player. He wasn't for. There was a reason why he wasn't in Matrix 4. I remember reading that.
Hugo Weaving?
Yeah.
I do not believe we have met. Yeah, because he's just a good actor. I don't think I've seen a flop Hugo Weaving performance. I mean, he's not a leading man, but what was that? Was he in The Prestige? What was that one where he was like fighting werewolves? Separate
Abraham
thoughts.
Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I swear to God, there was one where he was like, I don't know, fighting werewolves or something.
He wasn't in Matrix 4 because of scheduling conflicts.
He didn't want to do it.
What
What is he up to? I mean, I don't know.
I think, wasn't he in that really wild Wachowski movie with Tom Hanks and
Cloud
the Asian
Atlas.
Face? Yeah.
I like that movie a lot.
I
the
did too.
The Asian face is pretty unfortunate.
Yes.
Yeah, if I think they could have fixed that by casting an Asian man at some point.
Yeah. The secret is white face is always fine. So just cast the Asians and have them play the white characters. We don't mind. Everyone else minds for good reason. We don't really.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Man,
I thought it was a fun movie.
He was not doing much.
That was fun because there was like the 8 worlds or 8 lives or whatever. I read the book for that one too, and in each one he was like the devil, which is just like
what
like
you
a
want from Hugo.
Hugo Weaving party pack. Like you just get eight different devils. Like come on now.
Yeah. He has not been doing much recently. The most I could find was from around this era when he was also in the first Captain America movie.
The first what?
Captain America.
Oh yeah.
He was Red Skull.
He was the devil in that one. Yeah.
He's one of the few Marvel actors to get recast.
Wait, he didn't get recast.
Yes, he did. In Endgame, in Infinity War, that character comes back, and it's a different guy.
He's like a ghost.
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be the ghost of that guy. That's what I thought.
It's supposed to be the same character because he gets teleported at the end of Captain America, and then 10 years later we find out, he went to
Bad Place.
Yeah, he went to Bad Place to guard the Magic Stone.
That's pretty good. But that's not recasting, is it? Are you saying he's the first Marvel character to like meaningfully change their position in the world?
No, I mean it was the same character but a different actor. They don't normally do that. They did that for Terrence Howard when he won money.
It was the same actor.
No, it wasn't. Hugo Weaving wasn't in Infinity War.
Wait, who was that then?
It was just a different guy.
Wearing the Red Skull head?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I was
it's
like,
a good character to do it for because you don't notice.
yeah, I didn't notice. He was doing a pretty good Hugo Weaving impression.
I think it's like it was like a famous impressionist.
Okay, wait, they should do that for more movies. Also, Gandalf asked Elrond here, "You still speak ancient Dwarvish, do you not?" Okay, if elves are forgetting things over their long lives, then this entire society becomes untenable.
We
Like
need
if
really good notes.
he's like, "No, I don't. I don't speak. Sorry, that was like 10 years ago." Maybe Gandalf was just being polite.
Ross Marquand plays the Red Skull in Infinity War and Endgame.
Okay.
He was the guy on The Walking Dead for a while and does a lot of voice work. And they're just like, you get over
We
here.
need a voice guy.
We need a voice guy.
Okay, let me just put this on my map reading crystal. Is this a light table? This is they needed to go to a special elven realm to get a light table.
You need lemon juice, invisible ink.
Yeah,
It's
when
like what they do to the Declaration of
is
Independence
Nick
in National Treasure.
has Nick Cage got a Marvel slot yet?
I mean, I would imagine they're gonna bring him back as Ghost Rider at some point, right?
Oh, oh God.
There's already been a new Ghost Rider, but it's in the TV shows that are fake, so
Oh.
we're good on that.
Yeah, I really want to see some more of that Agent Coulson character. Everybody's favorite.
Do I have 7 seasons of a television show for you?
Dang, I love the guy who just says "Hello, Avenger." I wish
He's
what's
the one. He's the one that they're avenging. Remember?
yeah, but then he's not dead
Yeah.
anyway.
It was always so funny when that show was on because the show was like, oh, he survives and here's his adventures after he survives, and the movie guys were always like, no, he's dead. Fuck you.
The put James Spader as somebody and have him be like, "You sound a lot like another guy I knew."
They did that for I mean they didn't do that joke specifically, but for Star Wars, Andy Serkis is the evil guy in the new ones.
Oh,
Oh, what's his name? In the movies, he's the guy that's not the Emperor, but we think is the Emperor.
oh,
CGI evil
Smoke,
man.
Smoke,
Yeah, Snoke. Yeah.
Snoke.
He's that guy, and then he shows up in Andor as just another fucking person.
That's good. Okay, this is the guy that he's about to kill probably here. I think is the like most orc looking orc in the entire thing, and they're about to get rid of him instantly.
Yeah.
That was the best job they did of the whole CGI, and he just is eaten by a dog.
Yeah, you can immediately see the guy next to him doesn't even look as good.
You can live. You are smoother. So what happened between Lord of the Ring, this and Lord of the Rings? Everybody went into like a, like if it was the other way, it'd be like, okay, they all fell into a big rock polisher and they.
No, you know what? I think it's just the advent of blue guy, bad guy.
Blue guy, bad guy?
I think since the original Lord of the Rings and this one, we saw a lot of blue guy, bad guys. And so we need the orcs to just be blue guy, bad guys.
Like what? What
Bad
blue
guys
guys?
in blockbuster, fantasy action movies that are just blue dudes.
Just
Guys that are blue. I think there were a lot of those in the DC movies and the Marvel movies around this time, and they were like, "Hey, let's just make the orcs look like that."
yeah. Maybe they could just like sort of reuse some of the same assets or whatever.
I mean, it's probably the same animation team working on all of this.
What the?
Bum, bum, bum.
She should have turned around with a loaded gun, shot Gandalf through the heart. There's a twist. I knew you would come.
That's my theory for any reality television show. After every line, there should be the sound of a gunpowder. It just makes everything better. You are the weakest link.
What the? Oh, rotate again, rotate again. Somehow Christopher Lee looks the same. I guess because he already looked like,
Yeah.
extremely about to die in the other one.
He's looked extremely about to die for a very long time.
Yeah, how does he avoid death? Did he make a pact?
Isn't he dead?
Is he dead?
I think they got him eventually.
He died since.
Because I remember there was like one day where everyone was like, Count Dooku was a good character. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
No, no.
about? And it was like, oh, Chris Lee died.
Why would you jump there?
He died in 2015. So,
They just got these under the wire.
yeah. Yeah, he looked like an old man when he was a Bond villain in the 70s. Like,
Was he Scaramanga? Trolls of down for the mountains.
yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Do you think Saruman also has a third nipple? A conspicuous third nipple?
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah.
We never see the Saruman. They cut the
I think
Saruman pool
they all
scene
did.
from this one, so we can't tell. But
Dooku had one, Dracula had one,
canonically,
and
if Christopher Lee,
I love Saruman being in this because it's three movies where everyone in the audience knows that this is a bad guy, but nobody in the movie knows, and it's never important.
I don't think he's a bad guy yet. I think he changes his mind later. Maybe he
I
is a
feel
bad
like
guy.
there are some Saruman scenes in this though, and there are some Sauron scenes in this. I
Yeah.
mean, we saw the one with the hole, but I think he's in some of them being like, I
Oh, really? Okay, well, we'll have to watch.
don't remember.
Yeah, I agree, Saruman. I don't want to hear about Radagast the Brown either.
That'd be a great way to show his power level. Is if he
Look at this,
just in
see?
this team.
You
That's
are one to
correct.
talk. You're one to talk about tooth hygiene, Saruman.
You were asking where the budget for this went. It's around this table.
Getting all the big name actors. Getting Hugo
Yeah,
Weaving to stand out of frame.
yeah. I mean, just imagine what they had to pay Orlando Bloom to do to come back.
Is he in this?
Oh yeah, later on he shows up, does absolutely nothing.
Oh, man. I guess that's kind of a problem with elves. It's just like, it's the same guy forever. So, good luck recasting.
Yeah, they need to just incorporate the fake Doctor Who. Oh, we have an in-plot reason for this character looking different.
The Witch King. There's been a big push online to get the John Cena as Doctor Who, the new one. I think it could work.
I think it could I think here's the thing. I think we're about to go into television where there's more episodic shows where it's just more case of the week, story of the week type television shows. And I think everyone is sick of being really invested for 2 seasons of a Netflix show and then it gets canceled. And so watching something that ends with every episode is very satisfying. And I could see him being like John Cena is House, something like that. Him in one of those roles. Because I don't know. I spent the weekend watching Poker Face, the
Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah. I'm getting
the
ads for
Natasha
that.
Lyonne Colombo show, and it's great. And so I think a lot of people are gonna. I think we're gonna see more actors get into that type of thing.
I hope so. Okay, here's some Saruman dwarf racism.
Yeah, we did it.
Finally, you can't condone it.
I'm gonna step out for a sec just to get my phone on the
Sure,
charger.
they're leaving. The dwarves. Yes, you knew. Saruman. Saruman speaking indistinctly. Rhubarb, rhubarb, peas and carrots.
Ruh-roh.
My lord Elrond, the dwarves, they're gone. How come the elves don't sing? I know what you mean about the episodic stuff. I was trying to, I don't know. I wasn't watching House of the Dragon. I was watching Star Trek at the time because I actually hadn't seen like all the episodes or whatever. So I was like, it's a fun thing to watch through an episode a day. But I was like, it's not the same thing to watch Star Trek as it is to watch House of the Dragon because you watch an episode and then that one's over.
Yeah.
And the person I was talking to was like, I don't even know how to think of TV like that. I don't even know how you would rank TV like that. Like, how could you evaluate it if it's just one episode at a time?
Well, what you do is you rank episodes in the TV show. That was a big industry.
Yeah, there you go. You don't have to put TV shows against it. It's just internal sorting.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's like if there's an episode that sucks in a plot show, it's like, okay, I gotta watch this one again. And I gotta sit through this. I'm gonna miss something if it doesn't.
Yeah. About a year ago, I watched through Game of Thrones. I didn't finish it, but I watched through a few seasons of it. And it reminded me of like 10 years ago, I watched Lost after it ended
Oh,
because I knew that everyone hated the ending, and I watched the show anyway. And Lost is better than Game of Thrones because every episode of Game of Thrones is, man, shit's gonna really pop off next episode. And every episode of Lost, it had that overall storyline that kind of went nowhere. But every episode was about a character, and it had a story about that character that ended in the episode. And so it's like, yeah, it's just better.
no, you gotta have a story and then one thing happened at the end of the season.
Right, yeah. Which is what Poker Face is doing.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen there's only been like half the season that's out, but it's like individual storyline and then 2 seconds at the end that continues the ongoing thing.
Is he wearing fingerless gloves? Sorry. I wish I could get that shot again.
That sounds right, but not like fingers, but just like a robe that like stops at the fingers.
He's got like this. Look. Okay, no,
Oh
never mind.
yeah. Oh no, those are just sleeves.
Does he have like the skater thing where you can put the thumb through the sleeve in his wizard robe?
Every hoodie that I've ever had, I've worn out that part of the sleeve.
To put your thumb
Just
in
yeah, just not on purpose, but it just eventually gets to that point because I
because you
fuck around with this.
you skate so much.
Big scare.
What is that for in skating? So you don't scrape your arm? Is that it?
I don't know.
It. I've only had it on like the trashiest clothes that I've ever owned. So I'm like, and one fleece
I imagine it so it's easier to put the inevitable arm brace over it.
makes it. You can keep it warm.
Yeah.
Shouldn't there be like a trail or something that they're going on? If this is between like known towns, they're always just going over wilderness.
What's the Middle Earth Parks Department?
I mean, you got to imagine there's so many elves and they live forever. They
That
have to
eventually.
get interested in doing something at some point. They probably would build a road. I mean,
Yeah,
like the
we've
really
done that. We've done that, and we live piss short
yeah.
years.
You're telling me the only way around this mountain is this path? That's how everybody gets from point A to point B? Oh, he dropped his blue sword. Also, didn't they do this scene in the first movie too, but it was snow and not huge rocks?
Yeah, probably.
It's that bit where Saruman's yelling on the mountain. Are we about to see a huge CGI guy?
Looks like it. Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Yeah. This is a Dark Souls boss. Let's go. Rock start moving, boss health meter appears.
Storm Giant, Lord of Lightning, or whatever.
Oh man. Are the rock kaiju canon?
To Lord of the Rings? Absolutely
Yeah.
not. There's no way that that can be. Okay, all right. Well,
Well, now we know where there's not a trail.
yeah, how did they pick this way? How did they choose this? Shouldn't Gandalf, a wizard, like know about this sort of thing?
It's impossible to tell which rocks are alive and which ones.
I know it's all about like the whatever soft magic system or whatever, you know.
Oh
I
my god. The Rock and Sock'em robot fight. Sweet the Rock
huge
monster.
slow. Again, who is this for? Who
Michael
wants
Bay.
this? It's truly ridiculous.
It's for kids that want to see a kids movie and their parents who like Lord of the Rings to take sleep shifts.
It's for kids who have extremely good eyesight because I can't make out anything that's happening, and I'm an inch away from the screen.
Well, I can imagine the like bit rate or whatever like through
Oh,
Zoom
oh,
hurts
they
this
they
more than
always
anything
die.
else. Rain, dark rocks. Like this is the perfect blurry scene
I
over Zoom.
I am really glad that we have subtitles because I'm sure that the sound mix here is just untenable.
Oh
I'm
god.
sure that you could not hear anything anybody's saying or the music. It's just the sound of rocks crumpling for like 20 minutes. Oh, they all lived and nothing bad
They
happened.
all live. Cool. Awesome.
Glad to see the stakes were high because
Oh no, Bilbo's gonna fall.
I really
Bilbo Baggins is gonna fall in this scene in the first of three Hobbit movies.
aren't hobbits good at climbing. Like, what is it? What do they have this guy for? They can't. Okay, sorry. These dwarves can't pull up a hobbit. Who? Okay.
Oh, I want them to all just take turns dangling from the cliff.
The stakes are really high right now, you guys. Where did the giants go? Are they not still throwing rocks?
Oh shit! He fucking burned him. Among Us. Doom, 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 doom.
Among Us. Among Us. There's been a murder among us. One of these men is the imposter. Yeah, when do we get old BB in the Lord of the Rings universe?
That's a great question. Get him everywhere, man. I want like dumb comic crossovers.
Can we get a
That level of stupidity with the Knives Out franchise.
can we get a cave count also? Is this the third or fourth cave that they've been in to hide from a monster? It's not the first. It's
Not
not
the
the second.
first.
I think it's the fourth cave.
Yeah, I think that's right. If you count the first one where we tell the story of how cool the Dwarf King was
Yeah,
as a cave
that's a
pressed against
cave.
it. Yeah, that's
It's
cave.
very much a cave.
I still can't get over the fact that they thought they should show us the backstory for the blue sword. And the backstory was just Gandalf found it.
It was a random drop.
He bought a loot crate.
It makes sense that Bilbo would go on this adventure with one of those like two small Fjall Raven backpacks that doesn't actually hold
Yeah.
anything. Is this supposed to prove to us that he's sneaky?
That's our burglar.
Also, what's with this guy in the flying nun hat?
It's to match his beard. I remember how much these dwarves were part of the marketing campaign. Like when they first announced the casting, they had like this big magazine spread where they had all of them in photos, like in full makeup and everything. And then they're in this movie, and then they're in the second movie, and then they're in the third movie. And by the end of the third movie, you do not know any of their names.
I don't know their names to begin with.
Exactly, and you will not learn them.
They're they never say it because, of course, they all sound like Boing, Gloin, Oiny. I think one of them is Gimli's dad. Like, I just remember, but like it's in the book. They basically just talk about Thorin Oakenshield and then whatever, like
Yeah,
other dwarfs, which is how you
but
should. But
but
here
in the
they had
books
to.
they don't longingly pan over all of the dwarves and expect you to have any sort of attachment to
Got it. You know this guy's arc, but they have about five dwarves that actually have some sort of story and personality, and then they just have three other dwarves who are there.
Which again, that's why you do the heist montage at the beginning of getting everyone into the gang. Because I don't know the names of all of Ocean's 11, but I know which one is which.
And you got to group them. Okay, this sucks.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god.
This is the worst. Like, do I know the names of the characters that Casey Affleck and Scott Conn play in Ocean's 11? No, but I do know they're called the
Absolutely
Mormon
not.
twins.
Do I know the name of Don Cheadle doing a bad British accent? No. But
Basher.
do I?
His name is Basher.
I think
I
I read
think
about.
I think I
I
know all
think
the Ocean's 11 character names.
that's
Maybe.
incredible.
Um,
My favorite thing about that, I recently watched all of those movies again, and I read somewhere that Don Cheadle was really embarrassed about his accent in the first one, which understandable, it's a bad accent. But he asked Soderbergh if like he could change it for the sequels. And he was like, no, it was funny.
I mean
And
that's
so
it is funny. It's funny, and
it's very funny,
it's funny.
and
It's funny to get locked
fits.
in to that.
Yeah, which is how Daniel Craig's been making his career for the last few movies. He's just like, I'm gonna do a dumb accent. I don't care if it's right.
Yeah, that's good. People want that. How did Bilbo get out of here? I wasn't really paying attention, but also it was impossible to pay attention
Yeah,
because it was just a flurry of limbs.
he got lost in the shaky cam and CGI
The
blob.
director forgot to track Bilbo in the shot, and so when they went back to set, he was just in the right spot.
There was a shot that accidentally had one of the trolls from earlier. They just left
That would that would actually be like better if like
it.
Bilbo's success in this movie is entirely fourth wall breaking mistakes and shenanigans. Also, how can you be so bad at fighting with a sword? Don't you just stick the guy with it? I'm probably get Hema guys in my mentions, but okay. Well, oh, he just died. Oh, he got stabbed with his own sword.
You died. It's always a fall damage. Man, this looks bad.
Yeah,
This looks like the fucking Zion in the Matrix sequels.
yeah.
Just orange and gross.
It looks like something out of the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Also, this guy, I can't believe they made us look at this guy, Mr. Goiter. Like, oh, just I know he's supposed to be gross. Again, with the something on the side of his face. Like,
That yeah, that's just the bit.
the bit is that the audience is unhappy, and everyone here has like herpes simplex virus.
I know this isn't true, but in my head, this guy is voiced by James Corden. This feels like where you put him into this movie.
Is that yeah? You're being really fat phobic right now. Oh God, just like what's the? But what is the ecosystem of the goblins? They live underneath a mountain that was a guy,
Yeah.
so probably a lot of their mountain is missing. I assume they made a
Uh,
tunnel all the way to the surface somewhere. And they have a cage that captures up to 10 travelers at a time if they happen to go on this path, which again is a guy that
yeah.
nobody wants to go this path. And then they all like 300 goblins go and take these 10 people and eat them or
Yeah.
what? Or just interrogate them?
Portion them out.
What is
Everyone gets a finger.
what are the goblins doing down here? What's their goal?
They're talking about like trading him off, like capturing him and trading him off,
Oh, he
and
like
not eating him. So what are they eating?
I guess yeah, I guess they just eat cave fungus or whatever.
Again, his hair is just very perfectly slicked back there.
I thought you meant this guy.
Oh no,
I thought you meant the big guy.
big guys are pretty good too. And here's John Oliver.
So they have writing. Why do we need that shot? Why do we need that? Where is he going?
Oh, look at that transition. Ooh.
Oh, he's dead. We just watch his corpse being eaten by corpse worms. I guess to be fair, if you weigh what a halfling should weigh, 30 pounds, then you know, your fall is not really going to be that intense.
Yeah. Hey,
No way is Gollum in this.
let's fucking go. My man Serky.
There's no way.
By the way, Black Panther reunion.
Gollum is in Black Panther?
Yeah.
The character, not the actor.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
He's one of the white guys. They really just went all in with it.
Goblin growling. Okay.
Black Panther is one of the few things that they let Serkis show his face.
So he has the ring. Is this how it happened?
Well, he got the ring a long time ago. And then it got stolen from pesky dwarfs.
All right, all right.
There's a riddle part. There is a riddle part of this fucking movie.
Didn't they show the riddle part in like in
In
Lord
a,
of
in
the
a
Rings though?
flashback?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know. Okay,
I
I mean
would-
you're
I
right.
would
There's
suspect that
there's an
that's true.
iconic riddle scene.
one of the better iconic riddle scenes.
So
I would say.
is this Moria?
Sure, why not?
Cuz he was in Moria before. Also, where did that ring fall out of? Where's that ring coming from?
a different ring. Hobbit and unexpected. What about his journey is unexpected?
He didn't think he was gonna go on the journey. He didn't.
Yeah, but
He didn't expect that.
I think that that's true of all expected journeys as well. That at some point you don't know that you're gonna do it,
No,
and then
he
you decide to do it.
it was unexpected. He just, as a hobbit, he does not possess the power of future sight. So it was unexpected for him to have to do anything at any point.
Trolls, Sparkfist,
Do you think
Blade.
Do you think they made him smoother because they wanted everybody to be more like Gollum, who they didn't update at all?
Maybe, yeah.
Just kill him there. Why this whole thing could be done. This whole Lord of the Rings business. It's not an elf's.
Yeah, it looks like they're in the Misty Mountains, so yeah.
Okay. So how come when they were going to the Misty Mountains the other time there wasn't a big guy who got up and threw a rocket?
They were tired that day.
Just luck.
They take Saturday off.
Gandalf knew about that then. He knew there was going to be a guy there. Again, what's the ecosystem here?
Yeah.
What are these bats
I mean,
eating? How deep underground are we?
I would imagine dumbass goblins fall every day or so.
That's probably, yeah. Based on their like precarious town.
Like maybe the king that steps on them sometimes kicks one off.
Why does he just have 1 foot for step stuff? You know, if you're gonna make a pile of bodies that is a step, why not make 2?
That's a good question.
A game. Historically, in the Lord of the Rings timeline, Gollum was the first person to ask if someone had games on their phones.
One of the greatest. It's him and Jigsaw, the two best gamers in film history.
Yeah, great gamer representation.
It's kind of, you know what? Gollum still looks good. In this movie of dog shit CGI, the expressiveness of Gollum still
Yeah,
stands out really well.
because he's supposed to be like that. He's supposed to be Uncanny Valley, Polar Express,
Yeah,
whatever.
it doesn't work as well in the context of everyone else looking like that, but individually on its own.
Oh, is he pogging there?
Again, he's a gamer.
Right. This makes sense. This makes sense. I think this is a fine scene. I mean, this is this is like the one you're supposed to have in this movie.
Yeah, it's the one scene that you can just do from the book and not have to change anything to make it more epic. And like, it's the one scene where you can just tell everyone else to hop on Andy Serkis's back.
Yeah. I mean,
Eh,
even with somebody else that's horrifying, you know, you've got clear stakes, a thing you got to do, and there you go.
Yeah, but I really don't think there are very many actors like Serkis where it's just at some point in everything that Andy Serkis is in, they just need to depend on him for like 5 minutes of the movie. They just need to solely let him save something that shouldn't work. That happens in every single thing that he's in, and he does it every single time.
He was in that bad that mediocre Planet of the Apes redo thing, right?
He was in the
He was the
mediocre
ape.
one, and then he was in the two very good sequels.
The sequels were good.
The sequels are great. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
well,
because
I never
they
watched them.
drop, yeah, they drop James Franco, which instantly helps a lot of stuff. And it's all post-apocalypse. Like the first one was how this shit all got started. The second two are just war movies.
That's sick. Okay, I gotta watch those then. What the hell?
The second one, Dawn, is the best one. War, I have some issues with, but they're both great.
I mean, like Intelligent Apes, just like a great premise in general. Like we should be doing a
Yeah,
lot more Intelligent Ape movies.
yeah, 100%.
Pretty easy to do, it seems like.
I've been watching. I've been going through for the first time and watching Friends,
Oh
which is
God.
a bad show. I'm kind of amazed by how bad it is. But I just got to the part in the first season where Ross adopts a monkey,
An
and
ape
they
or a
treat
monkey?
a
Okay.
monkey, and they treat the monkey as like a smart person with intelligence that Ross has conversations and conflicts with, and it's funny. It's like, okay, perfect, that works.
Just add a monkey to a
Just
show.
add a monkey
Okay,
and give it
this
emotions.
circus is really doing a little too much here.
Yeah, when I said that they could depend on him to put the thing on his back, I was under the impression that the scene would end in the minute that I said that.
Yes. They
they,
went a little. They went a little overboard here.
they're letting him overcook a little bit.
I mean, that's. It is what it is. Where did he go? Is this? I don't know. They get a lot of. They get a lot of value out of this, like stone, like bunch of rocks set.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, this looks like a set and a scene that would be in like an '80s fantasy movie. Like you could see a Princess Bride or
A
Pirates of the
a
Caribbean
dark
scene.
crystal.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I mean this looks fun. It's it's clear that those rocks exist. Maybe they don't. Otherwise, this CGI is really good.
And you know what? As much as he hasn't been in a lot of good stuff, Martin Freeman, the reason that he keeps getting those roles is that he has a very good trying to figure it out face.
Like for detective stuff, you mean?
Yeah. This is the one where he's trying to figure it out, and then he spends all the Sherlock, a bad show, trying to figure stuff out, and it's like you're looking at his face, and you're like, he's trying to figure that out. That's pretty compelling.
He wanted. He should have done the like memory palace thing here for just answering these riddles. I think the problem with Sherlock Holmes. Oh, a classic riddle. What? A classic riddle.
Do I have a ring, or am I just excited to see you? That's kind of.
Hands would have been good because he did have his hands in there when he asked that.
Yeah.
String or nothing. Great line. Great line. No notes. No notes on that part. I think they a little overacting, but this is the one scene you're supposed to. I don't like looking at his spine though.
Yeah.
You know, people complain about a lot of stuff in movies. They're like, "Oh, they should have less sex scenes. They should have more sex scenes. There shouldn't be violence. You know, there shouldn't be a character that's bad that we look up to."
There should be gross fines.
Yeah, I got a simple. You know, if I'm watching a Cronenberg movie, okay, I'm gonna see some weird stuff. But if I'm just gonna watch a regular movie and I have to see a guy who's real gross all the time and rolling around, like, just put a shirt on him. Like,
Get the government involved.
you know, yeah.
Call your local radio station.
Make the movie nice to look at. It just makes me want to like check my phone or something, so I'm not looking at this guy.
Yeah.
Which is, I believe, why we started doing these without sound in the first place, so that we had to look at the movie.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to look away and just listen.
It's so we didn't get tricked. Yeah.
Right. It was to fairly evaluate the movie.
Which
Again,
is
the
funny because
soundtrack. This
it's probably
soundtrack
not very
is
good.
probably awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
No tricking. There's probably a whole nother layer of analysis.
Plus, this is 2012, so this was like 2 years after the last memorable soundtrack in movies,
When
which
was?
was The Social Network.
Oh,
It was 2009 had Up, 2010 had The Social Network, and then there hasn't been a memorable soundtrack in a movie for 12 years.
I'm trying to think if I've seen anything with good music. Probably not. He stole it. Are they still making the Transformers movies?
Yeah. Michael Bay came back. They're making a new one. Comes out this year.
Okay. Oh, we got another song. We got another song. And a dance.
This is why you hired James Corden.
Yeah. What's going on here? Also, Bilbo's been down there for like an hour and a half. They've just been on this platform this whole time, and they just thought about killing them. Whoa!
Oh, cool. Someone else saved their dumbasses.
Is it Gandalf? Probably. Yeah, there he is.
Thanks, thanks,
This
Andy.
is yeah. We're T minus like 2 minutes away from where I got so sad and turned it off last time I tried to watch this.
So how we're 2 hours. We got 40 minutes left. Oh man.
Really? It's really 3 full hours? I think we talked
Yeah.
about this last time.
I believe I got the not extended version. Although who can tell the difference?
The beater, the faux hammer. Which thing is which?
I want to see that in like a modern day film where like John Wick like
Has
drops a gun and everyone's like the man shooter.
I mean,
Oh, there is that guy.
they should have it. They should have that in a modern movie.
Yeah.
Like John Wick should go to a guy and he's like, "I have the gun of legend," and it's like, I don't know, a pistol with a dragon on it or something.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that hasn't happened already. I guess I didn't see
Yeah.
3, but
The best scene in 3 is near the beginning where he's on the run and he breaks into like a gun shop and he, for some reason I don't remember why, but he uses the tools in the gun shop to make a gun. One guy runs into the room at the end. He shoots him, tosses the gun, leaves the room. It's like a full minute of him building a gun to get one shot off and then leaving. It's awesome.
do you think that's like a good? Oh, here we go. That's so they can put a crafting system in the John Wick video game.
Yeah, for sure. I never played the John Wick game. I heard mixed things about it.
Is there a game? Oh, that weird tactical.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard it was really bad.
John Wick Hex,
Yeah.
which it makes sense for that like type of you want to replicate the sense that he always knows what's going on, and so you make it
Yeah, turn based.
a
Yeah.
slower paced turn based thing.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like Super Hot is the
I was gonna say exactly that.
they already
Yeah.
made the John Wick game.
Yeah. Just get the super hot people to add a story to it and call it the John Wick game.
No, I just heard that the Hex one like had potential, but it wasn't like followed through.
Yeah. The concept was good, but they didn't really flesh it out.
Anyway,
It was made by a team that made I remember hearing about it. It was like the people that made this game made John Wick Hex, and that first game was good.
Well,
I don't know what the team is. Anyway, we
we're
I think it's
watching.
justified
We're
to
watching
go
about
on the
the.
most insane tangents.
Well, there's nothing to say. I mean, they're
Yeah.
killing hundreds of goblins and running on an amusement park ride. I mean, this guy is literally. What is this?
We haven't got to the part where it literally becomes an amusement park, right? I
Okay, now
remember
there we
that.
go. There we go. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Where they're swinging and wrapping around the. He's deflecting arrows with a sword, and now a ladder.
Yeah, it's just perfectly the like people with no taste in action what they would think is cool.
Yeah, and then he like he like he like kicks the guy and he flies off the whole thing.
And then they use a ladder
And
like
then
Jackie Chan.
don't say Jackie Chan just like felt a chill run down his spine when you said that.
It was the guy that made Thomas Was Alone that made John Wick Hex. And
Oh,
I like Thomas Was Alone.
yeah, I like that too. Very different game.
Very different game.
I don't know. It could be good. Maybe I'll watch a video or something. I want that to be good. Okay, that guy with like a small jump, he fell through all the platforms. But how was he standing there? Okay. Oh my god. The boulder. It's
Classic move. Classic Lord of the Rings.
again,
Good job,
Gandalf
Gandalf.
should not be moving like this.
No.
He's gonna come out of here and be like, "Does anyone have any ibuprofen?"
My heart.
Yeah. Gandalf keels over dead halfway through this.
Oh no, he's back.
Health boss, health bar, health bar. Goblin King, master of messiness. He's gonna do a dodge roll. That's what he's gonna do. Oh, don't make me. I don't want to see what comes out of there.
This is the worst episode of Carpool Karaoke yet. Let's say something. What the fuck? It's like a Bayonetta fight scene.
Do they ever make a ride out of this? I guess it would be at Universal?
I don't. Yeah, Warner doesn't really have.
Six Flags? They get the Six Flags Hobbit ride?
Lord of the Rings ride. No, not the Ride of Warhammer song. Lord of the Rings rumored for Universal's Epic Universe.
That's what
Rumors of Lord of the Rings themed land at Universal Studios Florida. That's from last year.
rumors land. They're looking for exciting sequences to turn into a extremely shitty ride.
I can't wait to see how shitty the Nintendo land is.
They're making a Nintendo Land?
Yeah, in Tokyo.
Oh, that might actually be cool. I don't know. I mean, Nintendo, a lot of things they extremely drop the ball on, right? Like, say, a multiplayer online game.
Yeah.
Or like understanding that people might want to play a game that's not for the current console. You know,
or watch videos of games being played on YouTube.
yes. Or that JRPGs need to stop. Um, though there's a lot of hands in that. There's a lot of guilty parties there.
Yeah. Do it, Bilbo.
Oh, come
Fucking
on.
coward.
This whole thing would have been so much easier. Is the moral of The Hobbit that it's like good to kill a weird, pitiful, evil guy?
Yeah.
Is that the moral? Like,
This is baby Hitler.
okay, first the first he doesn't even look that sad. He just looks like he's smelling a fart. First the white orc or the pale orc or whatever, right? Should have killed that guy. Should have
Yeah,
not let him even move a muscle. Now he's a
yeah.
huge pain. Gollum.
Gollum.
Sauron should have killed that guy. You know, any sort of enemy. What the? What?
Sure,
Why
yeah.
does he do that? Why doesn't he? He should get a dwarf and tabletop him if we're gonna do that sort of thing.
Listen, here's where we needed John Cena.
Yeah, that's true. John Cena as Bilbo. Um, okay, so this is where the first movie ended. Lord of the Rings, same spot. Is he doing a head count?
Everyone, make sure you have your buddy. I think there's still the water slide ride that we haven't gotten to. I think there's another one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Fuck Bilbo.
Prove him wrong, Bilbo.
Yeah.
This would have been a good opportunity if they really wanted to build it in for like Bilbo to help them or save them in some way after he
Yeah.
got the ring. That would have been a
Does
good
he
moment.
use the ring again at any point in this?
I think he uses it for sneaking around the gold pile before Smaug smells him.
Maybe, yeah.
Is that in this movie?
No, Smog's fully in two.
What does it matter? I want to know.
My legs.
Wait,
I,
are we supposed to believe that he was stuck on the rocks and that's the origin of his one button vest? Is that a
yeah,
thing that like Bilbo wears a vest with one button and we needed to know why that happened?
because he lost them all. Yeah.
But you could just make a vest that has one button.
No, no, no. We
There's
need a
no.
reason. That's why he's called Han Solo.
Oh, now I get it. A meaningless coincidence.
Is it true that that movie ends with the origin of Han shot first?
Is it? I didn't see the movie. I just knew about the
Oh,
scene where he was solo. And then that one was so bad, I guess they canceled the. Okay, why did we need a close up on the joke dwarf?
I think this might be actually the end, and the water slide is in two.
How can it be the end? There's still 20 more minutes of this movie.
Okay, never mind. Here we go. Water slide time. Yeah, because you know what? We need to get Poop Wizard back.
Poop wizard. Yeah. I'm so glad they completed the phrase. I'm so glad they didn't let the audience take 1 second to
Of
complete the
course,
phrase in their minds.
this is a kids movie.
Is it? Should kids watch this? Why is it night now?
That's sunset, man. It's
Also, as somebody who has spent several years outrunning dogs, there's no goddamn way that these guys are outrunning giant dogs for even 1 second.
Did he just hit a hammer behind his back?
I guess. Oh,
Oh
they all
man,
just die here, huh?
yeah. This shit just needs to be wacky, man.
Oh, he stepped on his head. Shouldn't that be blue right now if there's orcs?
Yeah, probably. Ding.
No, I'm not trying to. I was just trying to. Is that his sword or is that a different sword? It's gonna turn blue and the next shot. Nope.
Oh yeah, it's not the orcs yet. It's just the wolves.
How far away is this? Aren't the orcs like right there? Are the wolves just running off the cliff? Okay, definitely one did at least.
Incidentally, came in time for the ritual
Wait,
suicide
wait,
of the
wait. Is he
wolf.
gonna use giant eagles here?
No, he's got to tell Poop Wizard to come save him.
They're just reusing shots.
Yeah.
That guy,
Uh,
a Zog. What the Rock is cooking.
Give me another one, man. Get him back in Fantasy Car. Well, yeah, get him back in Scorpion King. Let's fucking
Yeah, he
do
was so good in Doom, the Doom
it.
movie.
And in Black Adam, which made me pause as I was saying.
Black Adam. I don't understand what that movie was supposed to be. I didn't want. I didn't. I just. I got a lot of marketing for movies, and it's just like,
Yeah,
what? What? Who is this for?
I don't know.
Consider the audience. That guy. That guy's cool. Let's see more of that guy. That guy looks like he's a little hermit crab or something.
Well, there's now a sitcom. There's a Peacock show that's Young Rock,
Young Rock.
where it's a sitcom about The Rock's younger life. It's
What?
like Young Sheldon, but with The Rock.
Is Sheldon in it?
I don't know.
I gotta say though, if I had to pick between Sheldon and The Rock, I would definitely pick The Rock. Isn't the whole point
Well,
of Big Bang Theory that Sheldon is like a guy who sucks and everybody doesn't like him that much? Why would you
yeah.
make another show about that guy? Okay, so
People didn't get it the first time.
they're all in one tree hill, and these dogs are gonna kill them. And then I guess two more movies
Yeah.
about something else. Why don't they just okay, what is is it gonna explode?
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Seriously.
Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato.
What are
Hot
these
potato, hot
cones
potato,
made
hot
of?
potato. You were talking earlier about how
I need to
they
consult
got
on fire.
they got fire wrong earlier. It's good to see that they're getting it right now.
Yeah. Any bushman worth his salt will tell you when you need to start a fire, just a pine cone will ignite instantly. Okay, so what was the point of the fire? No! Branch! Here's your scene where they all dangle. Here's the one you wanted earlier.
Yeah.
Wait, that tree was already further down. Do they pull it back
But
up?
I want them to take turns to
Oh my.
how
Kill
many
some.
more how many more fake conflicts can
This
we
guy's just
have?
watching. He's not going to go through the fire.
You know, they should have ended the movie here. Literally made a cliffhanger.
We have to just watch this. We have to just watch these faces. No, how many cuts back and forth? Is there another one for Azog?
Oh hell yeah. Wow. I can't imagine how much work the store is doing right now. Holy shit.
There's nothing happening. There's nothing happening visually or there's nothing interesting going on. Zoom cut to Gandalf.
Why don't they all just do that?
There's a whole shot where he's not visible through a bunch of burning branches. How would he
Oh,
get?
he got his log back.
He's going log mode. He's going log mode right now. Grunts, roars.
Log bin mode. Oh well,
Oh,
he
it
just
just
died.
didn't work at all.
That was fast.
There has to be another thing in fiction where you're in a precarious place, but not literally hanging onto a ledge, right? There has to be a new thing. Because I feel like of every adventure movie I've watched, the number one skill you can have is like grip strength.
Yeah,
Like Indiana Jones should have a wrist that's like 3 inches thick.
I I I think that's going to be the plot of the new Indiana Jones. It's just him being an old aging man.
There's a new one
Yeah,
with
Dial of
Shia.
Destiny.
With Shia.
No, they got rid of Shia.
They didn't like what was his name? Mutt? Shemp?
Yeah.
Sham? Was Sham his name in Transformers or Shemp maybe?
Sham. He was Sam.
Oh, why did
Sam Witwicky.
where did I get Shemp?
Shia Sam
I
Shrimp.
guess yeah.
No,
It.
it's the director who made Logan,
Oh, okay.
and the new young plucky co-star is Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Hmm. As
So,
as Indiana Jones.
yep, Harrison Ford's still in it. His old ass.
He's gonna die during the filming of that movie.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, is Thorin dead, or are we supposed to believe he's dead, or what?
Sure.
Jeez, I wonder if anything will come out of the blue and save them.
Don't we get the water slide? Oh, we still have 17 minutes left. That's
Yeah,
plenty of time
very
for the water
possible to get a
slide.
water slide. Very.
I have
It's
such vivid memories of the water slide being the big, like, what the fuck are we doing
It
here?
might be
Part
in
of
the
this
second
movie.
movie because I think it's day
Maybe.
when they have the water slide.
I'm going to spoil the surprise and look it up because it's really good.
Oh, the dwarf died. They fell to their death. Oh, never mind.
Uh, fucking eels. So pathetic.
Yes, yes, these eagles, which I use. The worst part is that the giant eagle showed up at the end of the Lord of the Rings, and for the last decade and a half, every chud on the face of the earth has said, "Well, why didn't he use the eagles here, or why didn't he use the eagles here?" And they
And this movie answers. He didn't have a butterfly.
oh, he does. He does use the eagles when he wants to, but not other times. It's random. This movie says, yeah, he could have done it any time, but he didn't.
Do you think the Eagles? Do you think this was Guillermo's idea?
Get like, wait, whose idea?
Do you think this is Del Toro being
Oh,
like, here's where we should use the Eagles?
I could see a spiteful Delta. Okay, they just that would have been a good end of the movie. The eagle just throws Bilbo to his death and rescues the rest of the dwarves. Um, do you think they didn't do bald eagles for a reason?
Um,
No, they could have done a bald eagle.
they could have done a bald eagle.
Is that
Yeah.
like too
Once an American
presumptuous?
company, you know how like the last James Bond movie was the first one directed by an American.
I
In
see.
20 years, we'll get the first Lord of the Rings directed by an American,
Can we get
and
the
they'll
yeah?
change
Let's
it.
get the first American Lord of the Rings, where all the elves have like a they have a Boston accent. You know, the hobbits chew tobacco and spit it into Coke cans.
I think they tried that with Bright. I think that was
Yeah,
the premise
they.
of
I
Bright.
think they did a kind of a bad job there vis-a-vis like extreme like race theory.
The barrel fight scene is in the Desolation spot.
Oh, I can't believe we're not going to get to it.
That's so upsetting.
There's the river though. Is that the river they ride the barrels down?
Sure, man.
Is
Why
that
not?
is that foreshadowing?
Was the barrel fight scene in the book?
Where are they going? Where is this? Yeah, there was 30 pages describing how the barrels bounced against the. How would you? It doesn't work. Is this Weathertop? I don't know. What is this?
Here's where we're gonna put you. You find your own way down.
Yeah, this is. How about it like Canopy?
Why don't why don't the Eagles just take them to Mount Doom?
Yeah, or Lonely Mountain or whatever. It's not like Sauron's around. Smog is asleep. What's gonna happen? They got tired. What
At
are
least I will give them credit. They did something that I got very mad at Star Wars for doing, where the main guy loses the battle at the end of the first movie, so that we can see him progress through the rest of the movies instead of Star Wars, where the main character instantly kicks the bad guy's ass in the first movie and then has nothing to do.
Star Wars? Kind of a lot of challenges there.
Yeah. Although I don't understand why these two are hugging and why they get along right now.
He's happy because he saved him, sort of.
Sure. Are we going to get this truly has been an unexpected journey in this conversation?
Yeah. Hey, what temperature is it? Because Bilbo is wearing very light clothes, and the rest of them are wearing fur. Are the dwarves just like sweating madly?
Hobbit just got those big feet. Those are insulation.
Are they gonna sing their song? It's
Wow.
so far away. Are you kidding me? The Eagles didn't do anything. They didn't even. It's. There's no
Wow.
way. There's no way.
Look at that JPEG.
Our home. It's coming home. It's coming home, lads. This is about the World Cup. Oh, the birds are returning. What? What? Is that part of it? Also, what kind of thrush? Like a robin is a thrush, you know? You can't just drop that.
It was just the stock rush dot
Thrush. Okay, let's
MOV
get an ID.
file.
Let's get an ID.
I'm gonna be honest, my man. That looks like a bird.
It's
I don't know much more beyond that.
all right.
He's gonna get eaten by the dragon.
It's a
The stomp.
it's a hermit thrush. So they would not have that in New
Ah,
Zealand. Also, it would
they had
not
to import.
it would not fly that far ever. Um,
DuckTales.
and it probably
Ooh.
wouldn't eat a bug either. Yeah. Okay. He's
That does not
blue?
look him.
Wait, I thought he was red.
Blue bad guy. Told you.
Is he not red?
Maybe they changed it for the sequel. They changed their mind.
I guess.
Somewhere 20 miles away, a dragon woke up.
Because a thrush landed. Wow. Is that the. Thank you, Peter Jackson.
We did it. Thank you, Peter
Thanks for
Jackson.
watching. We join us next time when we return for what's the next one called?
The Desolation of Smaug. So
The
spoiler alert.
Desolation of Smaug. Oh, this movie sucks, man.
Yeah.